I'm sorry.
Can he still knock anyway?
I know that's,
Make me feel a lot better.
he said it wouldn't hurt, but it's no longer necessary, so,
Thank you.
all right.
Oh, well.
All right, we are going to start for recording, so. Good evening. I would like to call to order this meeting of the City of Nashua Planning Board of March 21st, 2024. First order of business, Madam Secretary, may we please have a roll call?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mayor Donges, Mike Peterson, Bob Bollinger,
Here.
Adam Varley,
Here.
Dan Hudson, Scott Leclaire,
Here.
Larry Hirsch,
Here.
Cameron Green,
Here.
Alderman Clee.
All right. Thank you, Madam Secretary. We have a quorum. All right. Next order of business, approval of minutes from the February 1st, 2024 Planning Board meeting. Has any member of the board had an opportunity to review those minutes and is willing to make a recommendation on acceptance as written or acceptance with amendment? Ms. Harper.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of February 1st, 2024 as written.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hirsch. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Any abstentions? No. Motion passes unanimously. Next item, communications. Sam or Scott, any items you'd like to report on today?
No. Nope. All your communications are up to date.
Very good. Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda, report of Chairman, Committee, and Liaison. Ms. Harper, anything to report?
I do not have anything to report.
Okay. I do have one quick one. I was able to attend an in-person meeting of Nashua Regional Planning Commission members last month. They're getting ready for a big season. There's a lot of different things going on at Nashua Regional Planning Commission, so if you are so interested, please be sure to check out their website. There's always some pretty useful information there, not just Nashua, but if you're interested in the greater NRPC region at large, there's always pretty good information out there, and their staff is very good at keeping their website updated on various topics. So, all right. I guess we're going to move on to our cases. For the record, most of these are going to be continuances or postponements. The first item, which we never accepted formal jurisdiction over, and that is correct, Sam, thank you. That is a request from JFC Real Estate owner, property located at 581, 579 Amherst, and 593 Amherst Street, has requested a postponement to the April 4th, 2024 Planning Board meeting. The next four items, I'm just going to read them off successfully because the board has already taken jurisdiction over these matters and they have formally requested to be continued to the June 20th, 2024 meeting. Those are cases all related to the old Blaylock, or the old Mohawk Tannery site. Those are cases 823-0066, 823-0067, 823-0068 under Old Business Subdivision, and also Old Business Site Plan 823-0069. Is any member of the board prepared to make a motion to continue those four respective cases to the June 20th, 2024 meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr.
Yep.
Leclaire. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Green. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Abstentions? Motion passes. And I forgot one. Case 824-0005 related to old business site plans. That relates to the formerly discussed property at 581, 579, and 593 Amherst Street. requesting postponement till April 4th. That requires no formal action of the board because that was not formally accepted. All right. So that concludes that portion of the meeting. We'll move on to other business. Review of tentative agenda to determine developments of regional impact. As any member of the board had an opportunity to review pending projects and would like to make a motion as to whether or not they meet the regional impact criteria. Mr. Varley?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would make a motion that having reviewed the tentative agenda, there are no proposals of regional impact.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Varley. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Leclerc. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Motion passes. Under other business, next item on the agenda, referral from Board of Aldermen on Resolution R24-021, authorizing the sale of city land, the NIMCO site. Is anyone from staff prepared to speak on that item this evening?
Sure. So this is, I guess we could say, the very beginning of what is going to be a very exciting project. The city has been in possession of this NIMCO property for some time now and had issued an RFP to the development community looking for redevelopment ideas. We had 3 respondents. LMG was awarded. And so this PNS is the first step in really kind of beginning that project. So stay tuned. This will obviously go through the site plan process. So we look forward to seeing the development team at the future planning board meetings with some great plans for the site.
All right. And I guess I'll just ask Sam, this was just recently awarded, so this is still sort of in its infancy, is that?
Correct, yeah. Like I was saying, the PNS is really the first step in all
Okay.
this. We haven't even received a formal planning board submission yet.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Mhm.
Any questions from the board on this? Okay. Seeing none, is anyone willing to make a recommendation on favorable or not favorable recommendation related to R24-021, related to authorizing the sale of city land? Mr. Leclerc?
Sure, I'll make a motion for the planning board to present a positive referral to the Board of Aldermen on the resolution of R24-021, authorizing the sale of city land for the NIMCO site.
Thank you. Is there a second on that? Mr. Barley, second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Motion passes. Right. Next item on the agenda, another referral from the Board of Aldermen, Resolution R24-028, authorizing release of a certain sewage and drainage easement. Again, I guess I'll defer to staff on this. Is anyone from staff prepared to speak on this matter?
Sure. So this is relative to a site plan that we had seen, I believe, sometime last year. This was the Porsche dealership, former, I believe, Holiday Inn site. So as part of that, the building was going to be in a new footprint relative to where the hotel used to be. There was a sewer line that ran under the proposed building. So as part of the site plan, they wanted to modify that easement area, basically so it does a jog around the building. This is just the kind of the housekeeping paperwork to formalize that. The pipe is in the ground, the infrastructure is working, sewage is flowing. So this is just the last step.
Thank you, Sam. Did engineering chime in on this? Were there any
Yes.
concerns in any way?
Yeah, so they obviously reviewed the site plan, they supervised the work. They have already basically recognized and signed off on the infrastructure that is now installed and operating.
Okay, very good. Questions from other members of the board? Okay, seeing none. Is anyone prepared to make a motion regarding favorable or favorable planning board recommendation for resolution R24-028 related to the release of the sewer and drainage easement at 9 Northeastern Boulevard? Oh, Mr. Varley?
Mr. Chair, yes, I would make a motion based on the testimony received from staff that we provide a favorable recommendation on R-24-028.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Varley. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Leclerc. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, another referral from the Board of Aldermen on Resolution R24-029, authorizing release of a certain sewer and drainage easement and acceptance of a revised drainage easement. Again, Sam, I guess I'll throw it back to you. Would you like to take a few minutes and talk about this one, please?
Sure. This is rather straightforward. As it's stated in the resolution, it was recently discovered that the old easement that was being released is not perfectly aligned with the actual infrastructure that is conveying drainage. So this is a request to release that easement and then install a new easement that is reflective of the infrastructure that is in the ground.
I guess I'll just ask, it's almost identical to the last question. This is just a cleanup item.
Yes.
Engineering has no issues on the matter.
Correct.
Very good, thank you. Questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay. Seeing none, is anyone willing to make a motion as to unfavorable or favorable recommendation of Resolution R24-029 relating to another drainage easement at the old Pennachuck property on Old Harris Road? Oh, Mr. Leclerc.
Sure, I will make a motion for a favorable referral to the Board of Aldermen from the Planning Board for the resolution R24-029, authorizing release of the sewer and drainage easement and acceptance of the revised one.
Thank you, Mr. Leclerc. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Harper. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion passes. Any general discussion items? Board members? Anything?
Well, any updates on any of the outstanding cases that we should know about from?
Nothing yet from the legal side of things. Jumping to another subject, if I may.
Sure.
I'll just provide a little update on the code update, and
Mhm.
things are moving right along. Last week was Vision Week for the Amherst neighborhood, but also the Tree Streets neighborhood. There was a series of events here and at the Hunt. Principal had set up a studio in the Hunt building and held an open studio. People were walking in kind of on a casual basis, and that received some good foot traffic. And then we had some more formal events, again, both here and at the Hunt. Modest attendance, but I think part of that is just due to this was really the first public event, but also was isolated to 2 neighborhoods. So draw, I'm hoping, will be better for future events, but overall, the work they did over the course of the week was great. Really good feedback from those who did attend. We provided food at all the events. We provided translation services if they were needed. Overall, I'd say it was a success. Just hoping that it generates some more interest for future events.
All right. Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
Anything else from the board?
Nope.
No? All right. Willing to take a motion for adjournment,
Mr. Chair, I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Green. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion adjourned, or motion passes. We are adjourned at 7:16 PM.